In this video, we're going to talk about physical quantities. So for example, let's say I have a rectangle that I want to measure. And so I know that it has a length and it has a width. And let's say you ask me what the length is. And I tell you that the length is 3. Have I actually given you any useful information? Well, not really, right? Because you don't know 3 what, right? This could be, 3 galaxies. This could be 3 atoms, right? You have no idea what the scale of this is. So we need some units to go along with it. So for example, let's say that I actually did this by taking 3 students and having them lay down on the floor, so that the units is actually 3 students, or 3s, right? But I didn't have to measure it in students, right? I could have taken out a measuring tape and measured this distance, and let's say if I did that, it was about 18 feet, right? So that means that, the average height of the students was about 6 feet each. So the important thing you see from this, right, is that 3 and 18 are completely different numbers, right? So units matter. So anytime you give a numerical answer, in this class and anytime you're talking about a physical quantity, you want to know what the units are. And basically that's what a physical quantity is. A physical quantity is some phenomenon that we can measure directly in some way, right? So in this case it was length, and let's say maybe I measured width, and let's say the width was 2 students. And so then you come and you say, okay, well, what about the area of this? How big is this rectangle? Right, well, hopefully you remember that area is length times width. So that means it's going to be 3 students times 2 students, which is 6 students squared. So notice we have a squared because just like in algebra, where if you said 3x times 2x is 6x squared, we have to do the same thing here, right? We have students times students, and so we get the student squared. And so you want to make sure to notice that length and area have different units, right? Length has units of students, area has units of students squared. And as we'll see in some of the future videos, keeping track of the units is going to be a good way to check your answer, because a lot of the times when you make a mistake, you can easily go back and find it by noticing that you have the wrong units for the physical quantity that you're trying to measure.